we on? All right. Call to order the July 16th Long Hill Township Committee meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk. Megan?
I always do that.
Okay.
Here we go. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting, specifically the time, date, and public call-in information were included in the meeting that was electronically sent to the Echo Sentinel, Morris Daily Record, and posted on the township website. The agenda and public handouts for this meeting can be viewed online at www.longhillnj.gov. Public comment period will be held in the order it is listed on the meeting agenda. Committeeman Lavender.
Present.
Committeewoman Riker Elaine.
Present.
Committeeman Verleza.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Paserchia.
Present.
Mayor Dorsey.
Here. All right, we'll start. We have the auditor here for the very exciting annual report. So come on down.
Top of the order.
Yes, I'll get you out of here.
I love it. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm loud. I'm sure you can hear me online and everything already, but. Okay. Good evening, everyone. So once again, I'm here to present on the audit. This year we're doing 2024, obviously. So I'm going to start off by going through the current financial situation of your current fund, and then your parking lot and facilities utility fund, and then we're going to go into the management suggestions and recommendations. So to begin with, for the current fund, for the year ended December 31st, 2024, the township had revenues of $50,549,000, and we utilized $2.2 million of fund balance in that revenue number. We also had expenditures of $48,655,000. So overall, the fund balance decreased by about $320,000 from 2023, where it was at $3,240,000 to $2,916,000 at the end of 2024. Our current year collection rates stayed very strong. We're at 99.33% again, consistent with last year, actually. Really great tax collection rate. Should be very proud of that. Your tax collector should be very proud. But overall, current fund is still in good financial shape. So there's nothing to be concerned of as far as the current fund financial situation goes at this point. For the parking lot and facilities utility fund, for this year ended December 31st, 2024, the township had revenues of $224,000, in which we used $80,000 of fund balance, and we had expenditures of $140,000. Important to note in there is that within that, we had $100,000 of capital outlay that we spent, whereas in the previous year, we had only spent about $20,000. So overall, the fund balance did decrease in that by about $56,000, but again, we put capital money back into the utility, so we reinvested in ourselves, and that's where a lot of that went. So in 2024, the ending balance was $208,000, and again, that's an increase of about $56,000 from the 2023 balance. For your management suggestions in this year's report, the first two that I have are really just housekeeping items. They're things that Randy's already working on, so it's nothing to be concerned of. The first one being accounts receivable. There's just some older accounts receivable balances.
Bless you.
Bless you. That are in the general capital and the federal and state grant funds. So we're looking into those to see if there's any need to cancel those if they're no longer valid receivables. But they're nothing of a material nature. So at the time of the audit, we didn't think it was requiring for us to do any further investigation. But like I said, Randy's going to be looking into that and we'll resolve it probably during this year. The second was the federal and state grant appropriated reserves. There's just some older balances in there as well. I'm just going to repeat the same thing I just basically did. Randy's already looking into them. Nothing of a material nature. So we're going to keep on looking at those and make sure that there's nothing there that can be canceled at this point. The third management suggestion, it's been here for a couple of years. We've talked about it a lot. It's just mentioning about the COVID-19 funding, that they are coming out, federal and state, and reviewing any of the monies that were spent on the COVID monies that were awarded. And just to be aware, we haven't had any problems. We never have any problems with documentation being on file and all of that. But it's just another heads up. I'm hoping that this is the last year that I'm talking about COVID-19 federal funding when it comes to this, because it's been, my gosh, I don't know, what, 4 years running now, 5 now that we've had it in the reports, okay, yeah, so it's been long enough, I think we all know, I think it's time that we can pull that advisory note out. And then to the recommendations, these are recommendations that we had previously, for the township having segregation of duties. I know we've talked about this in the past, basically an adequate segregation of duties. We only have really one client, that kind of fully gets rid of this, and it involves having a central cashier, wherein someone would come in, they would go to one department, they would get their certificate, then they would have to bring it to the cashier would have to stamp it as paid, they would have to go back to that department to have it finally verified. It's a big pain, it's just something that exists in municipalities in the state of New Jersey, because budgetarily, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have that extra position in most municipalities. Very common, it's literally in all but, I think, one of the municipalities that I'm aware of that, of the 100 that we audit, so. And the second one, is just, we're working on tax title liens, I think we're almost there. I know there's a lot of work that's gone into it, but just with the tax title liens being reconciled to agree with the historical records for each lien, we're getting there, we're very close. Again, that's one that I'm hoping that will fall out, next year.
She's actually inputting the differences she should be done Friday. So
Okay.
once we're done with that, we'll take a look and run reports and see where we are with the balances and everything. So
Long road on that one. Very
It's
difficult
been, yeah,
undertaking.
because some of those balances, it was when we changed systems, not this last time, the prior time, it dropped off some numbers, and she had to go back almost 15 years in some instances, so it was a lot of research and everything, but I think we got it, so.
Glad to hear that. So with that, if anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to address them.
None?
You never argue a call in your favor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Andrew, have a great night.
And I think you were right, it's 4 years of the COVID thing because,
4 years running,
Yeah.
right? Well, let's hope that you're not right with 5 next year. All right, everyone have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, next order of,
Do you want to do the resolutions for the audit? before
yeah, I
you-
guess we might as well. So it's resolution, what's it, 25, 183, and 184. That's the certification of the annual audit and the audit corrective action plan for approval. Will somebody move that?
So moved.
Can I get a
Second.
Second.
Committeeman Lavender?
Yes.
Committeewoman Riker Align?
Yes.
Committeeman Verleza?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Pasurchian?
Yes.
Mayor Dorsey?
Yes. All right, next we have, where are we next? The ordinance 56125, about the police department, promotional policy. I guess what we'll do is just vote it, the motion to move it, and we just vote no, right?
Well, you have a
Motion.
public hearing.
Yeah,
But we
but-
should probably talk about potential action.
Yeah,
on
and
it.
right now, what we're doing, so everybody can leave, we're gonna vote it down. So we don't need to hear anybody from the public unless you really want it, and I'm sure none of you guys want it, so that's fine. So unless somebody from the public has any big issue with it, I'll just call it the vote.
What does it mean you're gonna vote it down?
We're gonna scrap this ordinance right now.
And then you're gonna bring it back up at some point?
Well, we have other alternative ideas right now, but the ordinance itself is going.
You want to say, you have that?
What? Well, once we vote it down, unless we unless we bring a new ordinance up with the same exact language, it's not coming back.
So it's a new township committee next year. could-
Yeah, next year, that's right. If the composition of the committee changes, who knows? I don't anticipate us reintroducing the same ordinance in the next 3 or 4 months anyway, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
But the rationale, there's different rationale behind it as to why we're voting this down.
Yes, but the point is we're voting it down, and it doesn't matter because there's no waste time talking about it. So if anybody in the audience has anything they want to say, what?
I just think we should explain the rationale to voting it down.
Do you want to take the time to do that?
Let Randy do it.
Yeah,
He's-
it's
he's
fine.
the appropriate
Okay,
authority.
so,
I think they say no, they're happy, goodbye.
there's been discussions about different aspects of the promotional process, some good, some negative. So the committee has decided that, we're gonna vote this ordinance down. Once we get a chief of police in place, which that process is moving forward, we're gonna discuss promotion policies as well as many other policies with the new chief of police and determine whether it's warranted to have a new promotional policy ordinance or modify what we currently use. Right now, the procedures are in the police policy and procedures, and the officer in charge currently or the chief of police can change those policies and add some things or take away some things. We feel, the committee, I believe, feels that that's an area that we will go with currently and move forward and get the management in place to move the police department forward.
There's your explanation. All right, so we'll just make a motion to.
Yeah, I'd like,
What do you call it?
I'd like to make a motion to scrap this.
All right, fair enough. Any second?
I'll second it. I don't know if it's supposed to be
So yes
scrap
vote
it.
means
We're getting rid of it.
we're getting rid of it.
Got
Yeah.
it. That's fine. Very official.
Committeeman Lavender.
Yes.
Committeewoman Riker Align.
Yes.
Committeeman Verleza.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Pasurcia.
Yes.
Mayor Dorsey.
Yes. All right, that's done for now. Then we have ordinance 572-25.
Oh, wait, I apologize. Did we have a public hearing in regards to that? Because Mary Ann Noonan does have her hand raised on Zoom.
No.
No, we're not doing it.
No, I was saying, no, we didn't
That's
have a
right,
public
we're not
comment.
going to. All right, so then we have the capital ordinance 572-25. Randy, what's this about?
This is the 2025 capital improvement for the municipality.
All right.
It involves various capital improvements, some public works stuff, public safety, recreational. That's about it.
All
So,
right.
what it does include is, which I think is very important, and a governing this governing body's important issue of preliminary costs for a new police headquarters. So that does include this in this capital budget, where we can now get professionals on board to move things. We have been meeting with this, and now we could take the next step and move things forward with various other concerns.
Randy, can I ask a question? Will these consultants, or whatever their proper title is, will they also be able to guide us in terms of applying for grants,
Absolutely,
et cetera? Okay.
absolutely. And we've started already having those kind of conversations. One of the grants that I think we would be able to get, which I've talked with the OEM director, is a FEMA grant for relocation. Since FEMA has put in so many dollars of their money at that location, we would be entitled to grant money to
Great.
move it forward.
That's great.
I've already applied for actually grants. We've been denied for 2 grants, but we will apply for anything available that's out there. If any of you guys up on this committee see something that might
Fair enough.
fall in the fit, let me know. Because, some of these grants come out of the blue, and I don't necessarily see them all. So, but we are determined to get as much money through other resources than our taxpayers, so.
That's great.
Last question, Randy, and I believe you also went through some of these details when you did the budget presentation, right?
Correct.
Right, so if anybody wants to go back and watch the recording on that, they can kind of go into depth. We don't
Certainly,
necessarily
yep.
need to go through it now.
And Randy, just so the public knows, you have there's a subcommittee that meets to discuss like the police headquarters, correct?
Correct.
And you've been meeting for what, how many months approximately?
Probably about 4 or 5 months now.
And I know you've toured other establishments too, haven't you?
Correct.
Yeah, so just so the public knows, this is an idea. It's still, things have been moving forward, just in the back, so, but it is moving forward. All right, so Is anybody, I'm open to the public hearing. If anybody has any questions, comments, or anything regarding this ordinance about capital spending for the year. All right, anybody online?
Marion Noonan's hand is raised.
Yes, you can come on now.
Marianne, if you can unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, Megan. Matt, I do not appreciate your last comment.
All right,
No,
next.
we're not doing it public comments. I know it does not relate to this ordinance.
This,
I
no, this
never
is,
want to hear that. Okay, bear with me. Okay, there's been enough in this township. Okay, I want to thank Aubrey. Okay, because blatantly everyone just made a major decision in terms of this ordinance that you're removing it with no explanation. Now, if I cannot ask a question, and I'm grateful for Aubrey for explaining the rationale behind it, we have an issue. Let's end it, Matt, okay? That's the end of my comments.
all right. Anybody else online?
Anybody else on Zoom would like to make a public comment, please raise your hand now. You don't see anyone, Mayor.
All right, motion to move ordinance 572-25 with the capital improvements.
So moved.
Second.
Committeeman Lavender,
Yes.
Committeewoman Riker Line,
Yes.
Committeeman Verleza,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Paserchia,
Yes.
Mayor Dorsey.
Yes. All right, now we're moving on to consent agenda. We got all the other ones, correct?
Yes.
Okay, is there anything in the consent agenda anybody needs to discuss or recuse themselves from? All right, seeing none. Well, Vic, you probably have to recuse yourself from the construction official.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, Vic's out on 193.
okay.
All right, so motion to approve resolutions numbers 25 through 185, 193, with Vic recusing himself on 193.
Second.
Committeeman Lavender,
Yes.
Committeewoman Riker Line.
Yes.
Committeeman Verleza,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Paserchia.
Yes.
Mayor Dorsey.
Yes. Okay, what, do you want to start with somebody else so you get your slides up and ready? Who do you have slides for? The people down that end?
Library,
All right, then we'll start with Scott, then. You have to pull up rack two for Vic.
No report.
Guy.
Just a reminder, the First Aid Squad is right in the middle of their fundraise, please. 100% volunteers. They are out there to save your lives when you need them. 700 plus calls a year, so help them, help you.
I have nothing to report, so whatever slide shows up first. Live, Aubrey, you're up.
Yay, library. Okay, the library is open Monday through Saturday. They are closed on Sundays in July and August. What did we do in June? Lots of books and programs. Exclamation point. Exciting. The library does a lot of really good stuff. It's really good. Okay. Each summer, libraries focus on summer reading challenges, signing up folks and awarding their reading achievements. We have 349 individuals reading along with us, but we want more. Story times are every day at 10:30 and also at Sterling Lake. Thanks for welcoming us, Long Hill Township Parks and Rec. We have a new online program, Library Chef. 3 adult, 1 teen, and 1 kid cooking class each month. Sign up via our website or ask us for help. Game nights every Wednesday at the library. I'll read faster. Sorry, Megan. All are welcome. Play with your family or with new friends. Next slide, next slide. Free movies throughout July. We are going with an 007 theme in honor of the 7th month of the year. That is it.
There you go.
Should I do these?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do these. Okay, so check your home for radon. There are free radon testing kits available at the municipal building. I was gonna say, I'm gonna jump ahead to 1 kit per household while supplies last. They are intended for homeowners who have not tested in the past 2 years. And if you don't know what radon is, it's a radioactive gas that occurs naturally, which is kind of crazy. Odorless, tasteless, invisible, but can cause cancer. do not recommend, in higher concentrations in certain areas of New Jersey. And testing is simple and effective, and it's nice that we have kits. A lot of people probably have them in their homes already, but if you don't do this, then there is a live cooking demo with samples. Stay young at heart. This is join the registered dietitian nutritionist from the Nourish and Thrive Nutrition Center for a cooking demonstration to learn how to manage high blood pressure, high cholesterol by increasing fiber from whole plant-based foods. So this is Tuesday night, August 5th, or Tuesday, August 5th. Sorry, I threw the night in there. That's not written down. The time is 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and it's at the library. So I think it was one of the things that we mentioned before. And then this is Got Lead. We'll tell you, get your household items tested. So this is from Morris County Division of Public Health. They choose, oh my gosh, I have not had my tea today, so apparently I can't
late for
form
that.
proper sentences. Saturday, July 19th, 10 to 12 p.m. at the Morris County Library, which is in Whippany, to get your things tested for lead. That's what I got. You're up.
All right, thank you, Vic.
Right. Parks and
Rock and roll,
Recreation
Vic.
update.
Let's do it.
Wednesday, July 16th is as follows. We are having lots of fun at camp, and it's hard to believe we are halfway through our summer camp season. Recently, our campers enjoyed a week-themed holiday mashup. Campers had a lot of fun celebrating Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, and Halloween, all out of order. We also held a food collection and took it to our 12 Baskets food bank ahead of the 4th of July picnics. Next week, our preschool camp will welcome our emergency services group as we host community helpers. The campers always have so much fun seeing all of the emergency vehicles so close up. Don't forget to pencil in all of our Dog Days of Summer concerts on Thursday nights this summer. Live music and ice cream, what could be better? The Screen Truck will be in attendance at all of our concerts with sweet treats available to purchase. Don't forget to join us this Thursday night as we welcome back Lost in Space, 7 p.m. at Cantor Park Grass Field. And always remember, these concerts are free. Next up, mark your calendars for a night of family fun at Cantor Park on National Night Out. Come meet all of your emergency services group and enjoy a free night of summer entertainment, fun for all ages. Tuesday, August 5th from 6 p.m. through 9 p.m. The official fun guys will be on the turf field with relay races for all ages. Our face painter, Laura's Parties, will be on hand once again. Live music under the pavilion will feature Shut Up Ralph, a classic rock band. Movie in the library will feature Minecraft, demonstrations by our emergency services groups, Chamber of Commerce business displays, free Starbucks, and much more. Don't miss it. All right. And last but not least,
Did you do that?
no.
Could you?
No.
It says free Starbucks. Yum.
Yum. Don't forget to keep our parks clean. We are still picking up a lot of water bottles on our fields. Looking to get more involved in your community? Join the Long Hill Recreation Advisory Committee. Call us for more information and check us out on the website. And that concludes the recreation update.
Thank you, Vic.
Thank you.
All right, so the only discussion item, we held this for you, Vic, is sidewalks. I remember you brought that up back in
Yes.
June.
Yes.
So that's why we held it till you were here. So, Jack, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No,
Before we start?
We have the right under state law to require abutting property owners to maintain and repair and replace sidewalks.
Okay.
So it's just a policy decision you all have to make. If you'd like to go in that direction, I will bring a draft ordinance to the next meeting for your consideration.
Okay, now, this is the thing that I would like to mention. I think it's something that we definitely, need to seriously consider getting done. But before we do it, some of the sidewalks are in an incredible state of disrepair. And would it be more fair for us to repair those sidewalks that are in disrepair, rather than pushing it, than doing what we should do, making it the homeowner's responsibility. But then once we do that, they inherit a sidewalk by their property that's in a state of disrepair. I think that we should put a plan of attack to repair these sidewalks and make them safe before we put the onus of responsibility onto the homeowners. That's, any thoughts?
Do we have Al, do you have a list, not a list, but you have a general idea of the ones that need to be repaired? Oh, okay, so it already exists. Oh, all right, well, that's good news.
So I guess my question would be, since you have that list, because you don't want to be the owner where you're left out of the window of that. So if you have an issue, there should be a timeline as to when it's completed, and anything after that timeline. Right, I don't want, so if Vic's sidewalk is not in good repair and the town fixes it, and Aubrey's is not in good repair, but somehow it doesn't get addressed, ordinance goes in place, well, then Aubrey,
It's out in the cold.
That's right.
so I don't know how to address that.
I think-
Unless, but Al, you said you do have a full list for the entire town? Do you have an estimate for how much that would cost?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask, the cost piece, like,
A lot of money.
I don't know the exact number, but there's a study done by a former engineer that put this together. We had started putting money in the budget for repairs, so
And we have done repairs and,
as much in-house as we can.
right.
In some cases, that was because township owned, well, trees in the right of way sometimes had an issue with the sidewalks.
Can I ask a question? So Jack, the ordinance says sidewalks shall be installed for all new developments. So then, how does this affect people that have older homes in neighborhoods that have no sidewalks at all, nor really any clearance for them?
It wouldn't affect them. The section to which you're referring is just a subdivision or site plan ordinance that requires site plans to include sidewalks. So that wouldn't affect any older homes. And this ordinance, if you ever adopt it.
Such as the Tifa property will have a sidewalk.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, so just to summarize and frame this the right way, the net result of this would be to fix all the existing sidewalks and to ensure that new developments from this point forward have the proper spec sidewalks.
That's already on the books.
Correct.
That's already in the books, so that
Right.
should be done.
But this is not forcing people in neighborhoods that don't have sidewalks right
that's
now
to put
to
them in.
install them.
This is not
correct.
adding any new
I think
sidewalks
that's
to existing.
important to
To make sure
articulate.
everybody knows that, yes.
But Vic makes a good point, because people are starting off on equal footing then.
Yeah.
And Guy's right, you don't want people inheriting a
But to
deteriorated
Aubrey's question, this may be a 5-year capital plan before an
Correct.
ordinance would get into place. And we would have to rely on Randy wearing his CFO hat as to what, and working with Director Gallo as to what
just
that
to
cost is.
understand what does it look like?
But
What's
I-
the strategy long-term?
But you
But I
could
think
actually
we need
adopt
to-
an ordinance with an effective date of 5 years from now to allow
Right.
time for the capital
We need
improvements
to, we
be
need to
done.
implement it and move forward on it. I think we all, would all agree, it's time. And we need to promote walking safely and put the responsibility where it should be. So rather than delay it, because we know that these sidewalks need to be repaired and it would be costly, let's put if it's gonna be a 5-year plan or a 3-year plan, let's start it now.
And Jack,
Let's
this would
make a
not
move.
change, this would not
We
change.
can.
Commercial properties are responsible
You
for,
know,
No, they are, yes.
That's correct.
starting it now is not an option.
Well, you know what I mean, like,
Yeah,
let's,
I mean,
We have a new
we just
budget.
adopted the capital budget
Right,
that
so I just
doesn't
wanna
include anything
Or here's
for
the question.
sidewalks. Now, we did put money in 2021, and we have about $4,000 left from there that, we could do some sidewalks.
how much
But
would that help out?
$4,000 is not gonna get you a long distance.
totally understood.
Now, another question that I have, I think I know the answer, but I did get a phone call recently on this. Can a homeowner remove their sidewalk?
No.
Okay, I just had somebody call me asking that they wanna, they claim that they're the only property that had a sidewalk, but when I looked it up, that's not the case. But he
You can't remove a sidewalk in the right of way any more than you could remove the street in front of your house.
right, okay.
I have another question though for Al. Do you have a recent survey of the sidewalks in town that would indicate which could be repaired from DPW versus which would have to go to an outside contractor?
Yeah, that list, I'm pretty sure has conditions of severity. Only thing we do is when we get a phone call from a resident, we look at it, something we can do in-house, we put it on our list to do, and then if it's not, I speak to Randy and see if there's money in the budget to repair it.
Yeah, related to that, what you just said, Al, what constitutes a sidewalk in need of repair? Example.
Mick, you come up to the mic just so you don't mind.
I mean, we have blacktop sidewalks that are in awful condition. I mean,
I'm sorry, stop. What's your question?
What constitutes a sidewalk in need of repair? Give us some concrete examples.
Major cracking, major lifting, shifting of the, most of our sidewalks are damaged because two reasons, trees that were put in the right of way, too close to the sidewalk. And the other thing is, homeowners that use salt on their sidewalks, just deteriorate the sidewalk. So if anybody's walked Valley Road over by Dunkin' Donuts, there's just stone left into concrete, a big section of it.
So spalling in the concrete is where the top kind of separates from the salt, but
Right.
that's a little bit different than, say, tripping hazards.
Correct. The tripping hazards we could do in-house, and we have been doing them, periodically when somebody calls. But most of them on our list are completely tear outs and repairs. We could do a pad or two, but I don't have the equipment to do long stretches.
And do you have an estimate of the square feet in total for the whole town?
No, I can get that.
yeah, could we get like a recent update so that we could take a look at the
At least
cost?
get an estimate on what the materials are.
Yes, and then, and really know what DPW can do versus what has to,
Well, the other
Pass it
question,
out.
go ahead.
Al and I can work on that. That's.
that would be one, I think that would
We
be
have,
great.
we
I
have,
think
we
it's
have
important.
we have the information, it's just crunching numbers, so.
Because I think it's a good
Excellent.
call out. We just have to approach it methodically.
'Cause,
Well, the
I
other
mean,
thing is, do you want to do this, give a not clemency, but repair commercial ones too? Or just the residential?
Good question.
Because commercial, you get stuck, like, say it's in front of ShopRite, that's going like half a block. Or if it's just in front of your street, that's whatever, 20 feet.
That was gonna be my question since I'm up here, Jack. Could it be two parts of the ordinance where it mentions residential compared to commercial? Because I think the commercial, you could pretty much put it on them now
yeah,
to
'cause
get that done.
wherever I have a commercial building, I'm responsible for that sidewalk.
Yeah.
100%,
Well,
no
in
questions
towns, of
asked.
course.
So,
Which, Jack, that opens up the question, maybe I'll regret asking this, liability. One, who's the liability with now? I assume commercial is with the commercial owner.
That's correct.
Residential is with the residential?
Not now.
No,
the
it's
town.
with, it's
It's
with
on
the
us.
town unless somebody negligently shovels their sidewalk.
But, okay, that's snow related to ice.
Right.
So liability is with the town, so therefore, Vic, your recommendation is well taken.
I think, by the way, I want to make sure this is clear. As of right now, commercial is on us too, correct?
Correct.
I think so, yes.
So yes, so
Oh.
I think that was
Somebody
made
slips and
unclear.
falls up on a shop,
Right
right, we're
now,
getting
it's
sued.
all on us.
Yep.
So what we want to do is get the commercial,
That's true, you can get out of it.
I would do it by.
taking care of it, put that on the commercial property owners because it's something that they should really have budgeted into their
100%, I agree.
business plan.
I
Is
would
that
do it
because
by
of our
street.
ordinance or state law? Why is,
State law allows us to do it by ordinance.
Yes.
no, but I'm saying, why is, if somebody trips and falls on a commercial property?
I think that's by case law.
And
State, so, or whatever, precedent.
And can we
Is that
move
right?
on that? Can we move on that part?
Which part?
Quickly? Flipping it to the commercial property owners
I
to
would
get
put it in
that.
terms of certain streets, Valley Road, Main
Main.
Avenue.
We should probably try to, that's not something that's gonna cost us money, so we could probably fast track that, no?
Well, that's where most of the people are walking anyways.
Yes, so,
You do it by zone?
Yeah, we did it by zone.
all right, great.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because there's a lot of areas on Valley Road, when I walk to one
it's
of the
bad.
township committee meetings, there's some spots that are really disappointing. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Let me put a draft ordinance together for the next meeting, we could talk
Perfect.
about
Yeah, are there, Al,
I
just
love
in
that.
general, are there any sidewalks in Myersville, even like on Springbrook or anything? Are there any up there?
As far as what?
Any sidewalks in Myersville at all? There's none in your neighborhood, are there?
Oddly enough, on Deer Path on the other side of the street, but that
Not
that
even
was
like up by
fixed.
Springbrook?
Where Mr.
Yeah, by-
Dwyer and-
yeah. Up there?
There's nothing up there.
Oh, okay, so there's really nothing in Myersville then.
would like sidewalks by
The
my
other thing
house
we
to
can
the
do, and
train.
I'm not suggesting this, is we can do the sidewalks and assess the property owners.
We can do a confirmed, what is it, unconfirmed,
Local improvement.
yeah.
Well, there's a special section that allows you to do it, and then you can even allow for installment payments over the course of 10 years.
Right.
Al, do we
Lo-
have
lo-
any,
a
do we have
local
any
improvement
sidewalks in
assessment.
town that are macadam?
Yes, over by Vic's house.
Yeah, up on Central, when you get over the hill, going down back towards
On
like,
Pleasant Plains.
like Osmond's lived down that way, that's blacktop. And some over by Brendan's old house, and by Brendan, isn't that
No, that's
blacktop?
all
That's all new.
concrete, but,
There-
Oh, it is.
but you go down Northfield on one side, I believe it's.
There's also a separate section in the local bond ordinance, and they did this in Burnersville years ago, that allows you to assess the property owners through the bond ordinance, which also allows for a 10-year.
Right,
Payback.
it's called a local improvement assessment, where you give the homeowners who have direct benefit a bill that with the total amount of costs, and they have a choice. They can either pay it up front with no interest, or pay it over a 10-year period of the rate of interest that you borrowed the money. If you didn't borrow the
That's
money,
right.
the rate of interest that you would get.
Yeah,
on
we
investment.
discussed this on the project up at Cross Hill.
Yeah, the benefit to doing it that way is you get uniformity, if you want to improve Main Avenue, for instance.
Yeah,
You
then-
don't have every individual property owner.
Right, and then you'd have appoint an assessment committee that would
Right.
have public hearings on that, and there's a process, obviously, of doing all that.
Yeah, to my knowledge, the only one left is over by Vic's house. It's Macadam. Northfield Road was done during, probably 3 years ago, when they redid the sidewalks to the whole section, and they did up by Brendan's old residence.
All right, so I guess you guys will put together some kind of cost analysis. All right, you'll look at what, doing commercial first or zones?
Yep.
All right, that's good.
Bring it to the next meeting.
Thank you,
Good.
Al, thank
Yep.
you, Vic.
Thanks,
Thank
Al.
you.
Anything else? Okay. Now, any old or new business from up here? Oh, the administrator's report. Oh, how could I forget? Sorry, Randy.
That's fine. I just have two things. I wanted to let the committee know that the Morris County Historic Preservation Trust Fund has awarded the township a grant of $269,680, and that work will be done at Millington Schoolhouse to help with the water penetration into that building and hopefully get rid of that problem that we have there. The other thing I just want to mention, and I wanted to thank, this was a group effort. We had the architects file the application along with Colette, my office, gathering all the information to get together for the historic preservation, and the historic committee also assisted. Just to let people know, which has been broadcasted on the website and through recreation emails and so forth, the lake is currently closed due to the storm from the other night. It has a high bacterial level, and we're going to be testing again tomorrow, and hopefully have those results for Friday, and hopefully with what we've been doing, the bacterial levels will be down, and we can reopen for the weekend. They are allowing people to wade knee deep in the pool, and they're recommending the shower afterwards with the outdoor shower that we have. So there is still minimum staff there to make sure people don't go all the way in. But, you know, and a big, Lisa wanted to say a big shout out and thank you to DPW, because we did have the beach wash into the lake. So they had to do a lot of work in pulling that sand back in and so forth. You know, we had a lot of water in a short period of time. You know, and overall, the town did very well. So, you know, knock on wood, you know, we were much more fortunate than our neighbors down the hill in Somerset County, so, and Union County.
All right, anything else, Randy?
That's it.
Thank you. Any old or new business? Seeing none, open mic night. Anybody that has anything they want?
Scott, you wanted to, just one thing, you
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
I want to
shout
make a
out-
quick announcement.
Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I want to give a shout out to a young man
Oh,
from
yeah.
town here, from Millington, Rockland Van Weel. Rockland was down on Route 22 near the Costco during during the flood down there. As you're probably aware, it was a pretty serious situation down there. Cars were floating away. I think a couple of people died in Plainfield. But Rocco was a Troop 56 Eagle Scout alumni. Also, he's an EMT person. He kind of jumped into action. He pulled 4 drivers out of their submerged cars on Route 22 and, helped those folks get to safety. He was prepared with his inflatable, life-saving gear in his car, believe it or not, and, just used his head and jumped into action and did a good deed. So shout out to Rockland. I know him from my time in Scouts, good Eagle Scout, and a good representation of the kind of youth that we're raising here in Long Hill. So Rockland, if you hear this, thank you.
Well
I
done,
have
Rockland.
Good job. All right, sorry about that, Scott. Okay, open mic night. Anybody, you have 3 minutes, talk about anything you want. Mr. Aranowitz.
Charles Aranowitz, Millington. 2 comments and a question. I took the opportunity to forward the article in the Echoes about former public safety director seeks $2.5 million in damages. I took the tort notice that was sent to you on March 26, 2025. I sent it to an experienced municipal attorney. He reviewed it. We discussed it. He said to me, in my legal opinion, revolved around this employment agreement, there was gross negligence on the part of this township. Now, what does that mean to you? Under the Morris County Joint Insurance Fund, does not fund for gross negligence. What does that mean to you individually? If we got into a legal situation, because if there was in fact gross negligence, your homes, cars, and assets are at stake. So I caution you, as you proceed down the path on this tort notice from Michael Peoples, where you didn't use a labor attorney, I strongly suggest the next step you take, you better get legal advice. Okay? That's topic and comment 1. Question 1. We are 3 months and 4 days from getting out of our sewer ban that was voluntarily put in place in 2000, 25 years ago. I told you months ago and recommended you get a milestone report and where we are and what we're going to do. And are we going to make it? So my question 1 is, are we going to make October 20th, 2025?
Yes.
Are we prepared? Well, let me tell you this. If you're, based on the milestone report, there was nothing said tonight that updated the residents on the sewer ban. Nothing.
Is that the question?
No.
Oh.
So you're going to make it. I'm going to recommend, here's the comment. I'm going to recommend to you tonight that because we've got 3 months and 4 days, we get legal proceedings in place that there's going to be a violation of this contract that sold the sewer plant.
I'll answer that by putting a question to Jack. The bid specs in the contract that was signed back in October 2020 does just that, I believe.
That's correct.
Okay, so it's written, it's signed.
The lawsuit?
No. Question number 2.
What?
You said you want to make sure we have something in writing that NJ American Water, the purchaser of the wastewater system, will meet their deadline.
Yeah, but no, well, I mean, that's in the contract. They are legally liable for October 20th, 2025. My question for you, I want to get starting prepared. I have no confidence we're going to make this date. Okay? I want to get prepared now for litigation
Right.
in violation of this contract on October 20th.
If in fact they're in breach of the contract, it won't take long to prepare a complaint.
Can you speak in there, Mike, please?
I thought I did. but
No.
If in fact they breached the contract in October, it won't take long to prepare a complaint. It would be, in light of the fact that we anticipate they're going to meet that deadline, it would be a waste of time and resources to prepare a complaint now.
Let me ask you, would it make
Wait
sense
a
for us
minute.
to start?
We're so concerned at money and time. We just spent 6 months or longer talking about this police ordinance on promotions, okay? Let's not, if we're so concerned about saving money, there's a lot of things we could do to save money.
Listen, I think you bring up a good point, but does it make sense to us? Have we been in, I'm assuming we've been in regular communication with
We
the.
had a lengthy-
What do you- They know where we
had a
stand, they
lengthy
know
meeting.
that it's coming up.
We had a-
And again,
Vic, to answer your question, we had a lengthy meeting, the subcommittee had a lengthy meeting with NJ American Water just yesterday, an
So there
hour and
you-
a half.
and there you
That's
go.
why you updated us
There you go.
tonight on it, right?
There's nothing to update.
Well,
They have a
if
deadline.
people don't have confidence that you're going to make the date in three months,
You speak for yourself, and I appreciate
Right,
it.
great.
You don't have confidence.
So may I are
They are
they?
contractually required to
Right.
meet that
And
deadline.
the other thing, though, too, though, I think you need to look at, let's just say that, I'm unaware of this being the situation, but let's just say they needed a little more time. Are we looking to take an adversarial position?
I
with
wanna
the
take a
New
very
Jersey
strong
American,
position.
Or are we looking to work with them as a team to try to get this done? You know, I think that's something that you really need to think about before you take an adversarial position
Well,
with somebody that you don't need to be an adversary with. I'm just saying.
I think you need to take a look at what's happened at the Hicks track, okay? How well everything was communicated at the Hicks track, okay?
What do you mean?
Randy, you want to update him?
Yeah, we had to, and that was discussed at yesterday's subcommittee meeting.
I didn't get that in your report today.
Well,
but yes,
of
okay.
course you didn't, because it was a subcommittee meeting, and
Right.
you're not part of the subcommittee nor your elected official.
Right.
The Hicks track we had to close because the contractor was tracked mud onto the macadam, onto the area that which caused a dangerous situation. So we corrected that issue. We and one of the people thought that I was getting the construction schedules, which I was not on that email list, and they added our engineer and myself immediately. So
The park is
that'll
closed.
that'll give us a similar outlook to what public service was doing, where we'll put construction schedules on the website so that the people know where they are working and so forth. And many residents, I can tell you by the phone calls, know that they're doing a lot of work on the sewer lining and so forth, because I get calls constantly about it. So
Hicks track is closed. Is that true, Randy?
I just said that.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to work with them? I don't.
So the update that came that in the meeting yesterday is that everything, as far as we know, is going according to plan. Do we have them scheduled to give other updates, or that's just with the subcommittee? Just
Yeah, we'll probably have them come back towards the end of the summer, beginning of September. To
For a
give
status report.
the status
Right.
Wonderful.
okay.
I'm glad you all have the confidence. I wish you'd convince me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
Mr. Farandino.
Joe Ferrandino, 623 Chestnut Street, Sterling. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but when we were sold on a public safety director, we were told that he was not going to get a pension.
I don't know if that was.
Yeah, that was one of the selling points, that we didn't have to pay his pension. We were going to pay his vacation, his car, his meetings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, but he wasn't going to get a pension.
No,
Now,
I believe he
read-
wasn't going to get health benefits, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Pension, we have no choice.
No, the state, if there's a state job or a local municipal job, you have to pay into it.
He wouldn't get PFRS pension, he would get municipal.
I'm missing out on this. As a private sector person that owns his own business, I made a big mistake. I should have went to public service, because he stands to walk away with 2 pensions as we're speaking now, at least, plus whatever the settlement is. I don't think it's going to be 2.5 million, but he's going to get a bag full of money to go away.
Well, that's-
Randy, you don't think so? You're smirking there. Let me know what that's supposed to mean. How am I supposed to read that facial
Look,
expression?
it's a tort claim, and you know, we get tort claims quite often in the municipal government. In my 40 years, I've probably had 40 lawsuits. No
big deal.
He may get some, he may not get some. There's no lawsuit that's been filed. There's a tort claim.
The other thing
I can
was,
file a tort claim today.
I stood here before you, whatever year it was, explaining we didn't need a public safety director, but it was going to make things easier and smoother and better for the town. What's smoother and better for the town? We still don't have a police chief. We still have a whole police force. Now, if I was a rank and file cop, I want to know what's my future here in Long Hill. If we're not going to have a chief, I can go as high as lieutenant, and that's it. How many lieutenants do we need? Okay, the whole thing.
Let me interrupt you. I think you missed the whole section of the meeting. We are in the process of the chief promotion currently. Did you miss
But
that?
Randy, what I'm trying to bring out is when there's not a problem and government creates a problem, and then we should thank them for fleecing us and correcting the problem that wasn't there until they created it. This is government in small towns, in our state, and in our federal government. Why is it that this whole thing about being a lawmaker, what about those who govern least govern best? Now, this thing about sidewalks, I can tell you right now, I got a sidewalk along the whole frontage of my property, got to be over 300 feet. And if you think I'm going to pay for a sidewalk, I just as soon rip all that crap off because my neighbor across the street got no sidewalks. Well, why do I have to be honored with footing the bill so people can walk in front of my house? Better yet, I'm going to build the sidewalk, and then everybody who wants to walk on it's going to have to pay my toll. How about that? You laugh.
Thank you.
Now, wait, Joe, but you just said you have a sidewalk in front of your house, correct?
From the catch basin to my next door neighbor's house, got to be over 200, 300 feet.
And your issue is that it's in a state of disrepair and it needs to be repaired?
I don't think so. But again, do I need some public service employee who's got to make sure that they justify their being, hey, look, the sidewalk's cracked, that's a trip hazard. Make him buy a new sidewalk. Do I want to be in that position? And again, I've been here 35 years, Vic. This whole situation between Naga, Weatherall, now this Peoples guy. You don't remember Weatherall? See, that's where I got a memory that won't let me go. Someone made a comment about she should go home and wash her husband's shirts. She sued this town for money. I think she got like $225,000. She was the superintendent of our school district.
She had nothing to do with us.
Well, I don't know who paid her the money then, if she sued the town.
No, if I sue the Board of Ed, if that's true. I have no idea who she is, and we never paid anybody out.
And by the way, Joe, excuse me, I just want to make sure I'm on point with you on the sidewalk thing, because I think what we're looking to do is get the sidewalks, if they're already in a good state, that's great, but if they're not, get them into a good state of repair, and then hand them off to the homeowners, and then I don't think any municipal employees are going to be looking to tell you that you got to fix your sidewalks. That's something that you're going to want to fix and keep in good shape, because your homeowner's insurance is going to bust your chops if it becomes a hazard, and you're going to notice if it becomes a hazard, and you're going to want to fix it. I think that's the kind of how it works.
We'll see.
No,
We'll see. If everything worked the way it was supposed to, Victor, we would not be having this tort claim by our public safety director that we never needed in the first place. In fantasy land, maybe. Everything goes like that.
Thank
Joe,
you.
thank
Good
thanks,
night,
Joe.
all.
Good night, Joe.
Anybody else from the public? Cameron, you have anything you want to add? No. All right, anybody online?
Marianne Noonan has her hand raised.
All right, go ahead.
You don't sound happy with me, Matt.
I'm
Hi,
indifferent.
Marianne.
And your boy Vic's here, so that'll make you happy.
I have no problems with Marianne. How are you, Marianne?
Love you guys. A couple things. Let's start with sidewalks. Forget about the commercial, I could care less, not my problem. Residential, okay? What's the reason that most sidewalks lift in residential areas?
Roots.
Can you answer the question? I'll tell you. Trees. Tree growth, okay? So let's factor in, we have issues with trees being cut down, okay? We have a commission, the Shade Tree Commission. So before you jump into something else, can we maybe look at if your sidewalk is needed in repair, okay? And I don't know if this is a job of the DPW or whoever, or who's paying for it. Again, it's residential. But if it's a result of 100 or 200-year tree whose roots are lifting your sidewalk, where's the liability? Who's handling that? Okay? Common sense. This is all I'm pointing out, guys. Okay?
Hey, Marianne.
And another thing, by the way, umbrella policies, they're kind of going by the wayside. Okay? Just in case you're not aware of it, okay? I just got notice on my Wall State. My next thing, shared services. Have all of you read my emails? Raise your hands.
I have.
1, 2. Okay, I have an excuse for someone else who was out of town. Okay? I'm not sending this in to beat you up. Okay? I'm sending this in to give you some logic in terms of an outside perspective. And my main points with regards to when I see something with the executive session regarding shared services, and I see Bernard's. Did everyone read that? Was this in the discussion? Can we please remove our relationship with our former township administrator? We're like a 3-ring circus at this point. Okay, enough is enough. I have tried my damnedest to make peace in this community on the platforms, trying to explain people, okay, what has been going on and to move forward. And here we go again. I need to see another Echoes article with this 2.5 million, which I was fully aware of. I don't know who gave the information to the Echoes because there was a piece, Guy, you said it was a political reason that Matt became the mayor, which I know is BS. Okay, but people read this. So can we cut the old school? And you know who I'm talking about. Enough. Okay, there's plenty of people looking for jobs right now because the cuts are all over, and we can afford to pay someone who is willing to grow within our township, employees, to become a person who's capable of doing the type of service I do believe that you were proposing in your shared services initial meeting. That's all I have to say about that. You've already answered my question regarding my emails. Apparently people don't read everything. Guy, you may take interest in one of them. I brought forth something regarding 2020. There was a phenomenal piece that was sent out, and it was basically built out by Shane Daly, okay? And it was sent out to all residents in terms of communications. Okay, all I am seeing right now, I talk to other people outside of you, we're lacking communications. I get more information from people who are not touting themselves. They're outside of the committee, they're doing unbelievable jobs, but the communications are lacking. So Guy, you will love this. Because if you recall in 2020, and it was under Brendan, something was sent to every township residents with regards to what is available to the residents in the township. Guy, do you have anything?
Well, I mean, I got lost a little bit there. Are you talking about communication during
Yes.
the recent storm or generic?
No, in general.
Yeah, that,
You remember like the possibility we talked, 2-3 years ago about sending emails out or a letter, an actual
yeah,
snail mail letter to the
yeah,
residents?
that was actually under former Mayor Bruce Marengo. We started a quarterly.
It
Is that-
wasn't under Bruce.
Yes, it was.
The quarterly,
No, it was
the quarterly newsletter that was sent out was definitely started under former Mayor Bruce Marengolo. It stopped. You are correct. It stopped during COVID, and it has not been reintroduced. We've discussed doing it, and I think that's a good suggestion you're making, and perhaps it certainly would be cheaper to send it out electronically, and some towns do in fact do it that way. Randolph being an example. So I think your advice, bless you, Matt. I think your suggestion's a good one, and perhaps we should do that. We could do it electronically rather than the expense of a written quarterly.
Okay, it's not quarterly I'm talking about. See, if you read my email,
It was something.
you would see a cover picture.
Oh, yeah, I still have that. I have it in my car.
Yeah, this is 2020. It was Brendan. It was not my friend Bruce Marangolo. You know how I feel right now. Okay. But in 2020, it was sent out to everyone. It was a great document.
Yes, I remember it.
Okay.
No joke. I have it in my
needs to be
Jeep.
tweaked with some OEM information, and that's why my whole thing. We had another storm tonight, which I do believe has passed. We're very lucky.
Okay, you know what, Marianne? I make a deal with you. I'll find it because I said I still have a copy of it. I think it says emergency services or something on it.
yeah.
You
I
got
will give
it. I
it to
sent you a
Randy.
picture.
I have it.
Randy has it. We will look at it, update it, and perhaps sending out electronically through the alert system. So therefore, we could save money on the actual print
Put it
cost.
on the website too.
Yeah, good idea, Marianne. Thank you.
Electronic doesn't work anymore. No one reads it. Okay? Once a year, just send a package out. And when you have a new resident coming in, since we have a new team, which I sent, if you read my emails, okay, they could sponsor this as well. Okay, and put in coupons for their businesses.
Is that what you're
I'm
looking
sorry,
for?
I am definitely on a roll tonight, but, the tort claim, just the fact that was in the echoes, and when I read this type of stuff, it just drives me nuts. It's been 3 years. We're not moving forward. And again, with regards, kudos, Mr. Ferragamo. He wrote off, there was no answer, and that's where I felt I was cut off. Mayor Dorsey, with regards to chief promotion. Okay, that was the basic question. Are we moving forward?
With the chief promotion, absolutely.
Okay, but the ordinance was just dropped.
I couldn't hear
If
what you
it
said.
was, excuse me?
I didn't hear what you said, the last thing.
You basically cut me off, and that's why I brought it up, and I went at you, because had it not been for Aubrey to make note of it, okay, it would have been cut off totally. Everyone can't follow all these meetings, including yourselves. The communication's lacking, okay? And basically, read my emails. If they're not helpful, I'll just kind of step away, because it's really not worth my while. And that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Marianne.
Anybody else online?
Sorry? Excuse me?
Anybody else online, Megan?
There's a John that would like to speak.
Mr. John, go ahead. Just tell us where you're located.
Last name?
Patinas, I know.
Oh, John. Okay.
Patinas.
Oh, hey, John.
Hey, John.
How you guys doing? I'm on Delaware Avenue in Sterling. I'm approaching 31 years here. I'm a grandfather now. and my whole entire family like the Barones. Everyone loves Raymond, lives in town as well. And I think I'm going to be here for another 20, it looks like.
It's good to hear.
So, yeah, I invested a lot in this town. Good things. For those that don't know, I mean, I served 4 years on the Board of Education. We have the addition. I was one of the chairs on Buildings and Grounds. So all the additions back in 2004, I like to say I had a hand in. 10 years on Troop 56, Eagle Scout myself. My sons are in Eagle Scouts as well from town. And I ran Long Hill Lacrosse for 11 years, coach and director. So I think we made a dent in the town by servicing 150 boys and 25 girls during the 11 years. So I'm very proud about being in this town and hopefully making a contribution. I just had a comment about some of the things that were said tonight. I am in the remediation business, mold and asbestos. I don't know that many people, I really can't express the fact that our town offers through with a joint venture with Berners Township, the ability to have radon testing in town. Most people, it's a silent killer. American Lung Cancer Society said that 30% of all residential homes in Pennsylvania are above the 4 picoliter limit. And radon is the second most leading killer of lung cancer out there in America. So the fact that we offer that is amazing for free. I think that test kit plus the results and FedEx is probably worth about $75, and it costs us nothing. So I would just encourage more people to take advantage of that, and maybe awareness of it. It probably starts with awareness of the fact that radon is a problem in this area.
Thank you, John. Aubrey, I believe.
John, it's great.
To get the kit, you would contact the Board of Health and they'll send it to you?
No, they have it
Oh.
here. It's
No,
available.
you can just walk in.
Oh,
Just
perfect.
stop into the clerk's office, that little carriage house by the next to the high school.
Oh, you're talking
by
about
the-
Burns. We have them. No, John, we have them here.
Yeah, they're
Oh, I-
available at the Long Hill Township Municipal Building, according to
Clerk's office.
the flyers. Yep.
Megan Phillips,
Right,
municipal
maybe
clerk.
that's new, but as of when I did my test like last month, it said go to Bernard's, and then
Okay.
so you just go there. You tell them your address. There's a little piece of paper. You just sign your address in, so they can keep a running tab of what's going on. Now it's, instead of it being a charcoal a charcoal canister, it's more of a liquid thing, and you set it out between 48 and 96 hours. Lowest point in the house, 3 feet from the wall, 2.5 feet off the ground. And even with active remediation, I know for a fact that it's not enough sometimes. The size of the house, the location, things like that. And the other thing that most people don't realize is that radon levels are static, meaning they change based upon atmospheric pressure, humidity levels, et cetera, et cetera. So one day you might test it could be 2, and another day it could be 10. So, it's really important to keep up on that. So I applaud you guys for offering that service.
Thank you,
It's a good
John.
one, yeah.
Hey, John, I want to make a comment to what you said. This is Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah,
I think the last we met was up at Saranac Lake. You and I went golfing at while the boys were at Sabatis.
No, and also too at the Elks Club, but I digress. I like what you said about radon. I think one of the things people might be afraid that this is an expensive thing to remediate. It's actually not expensive relative to most things.
Right.
And I would definitely recommend that people get the kit. And for those of us that are really into the geeky side of it, you can even buy electronic sensors. I was just showing Guy Pacercia here. My radon detector in my basement is wirelessly connected and goes right to my phone. And
Great.
the level is 0.4 0.4 picocuries right now. ever
Actually, what
since I
Scott
had-
said, it's so easy to use, even Guy can do it.
That's right. He just has to want to take care of it.
No, yeah, that's important. And then to have those sensors are actually very cheap on Amazon. You could, just like relative humidity these days,
Right.
you could do the temperature
57%
that and
humidity, by the
radar.
way, in my basement.
Right, right. And then
Do you want to know the
can have-
temperature? It's 76.8.
I didn't
And
know this was
unfortunately, I'm
a
not
secret
geek-
meeting of the Geek
you know.
Society.
We have those in my
Right.
basement too, but.
Unfortunately, I'm that geeky guy because with mold remediation, I do a lot of indoor air quality. So, I'm talking mold and funguses all day long, and it makes a difference having good air quality.
I
And
think we better end
certainly-
this conversation because Guy's about to comment. We're never going to get out of here.
Right. And then, what else I have to say? Oh, the second thing I had to ask was, so these days it seems like I'm relegated to Zoom on my little computer screen. Is LHTV not broadcast live
Channel
on
39,
Verizon
right?
anymore?
It's
I-
online. Or,
A
I'm
lot of
sorry, it's,
people don't see it. I mean, I can't run to my TV right now, but earlier this evening, I did see it up.
so it has a full, channel guide, but you can watch on LHTV, it's Comcast channel 29, Verizon channel 38, and then if you
38.
have HD, it's channel 2137, and then you can also watch it on your computer, on the official website.
Okay. So you said 39 on regular
38
Verizon?
if you have Verizon, 29 if you have Comcast.
Right, 39 for Verizon, right, you said.
38.
38, okay. I'll double check it. Maybe I just logged on or changed it too soon.
And John, if the Yankees are playing, you want to watch that game, that I know they're not playing tonight, you can actually watch the replay within 48 hours?
Oh,
Right.
this meeting.
Any meeting.
I thought he meant the Yankees.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, sometimes I'll
I
have,
got totally lost.
having thought-
No, I'm saying
have-
if you don't want to watch this meeting live, you can watch it on demand
Within tomorrow.
tomorrow and for posterity. So you don't have to set aside a Wednesday night,
Well,
second and fourth.
I enjoy, after dinner, I have a bowl of popcorn and a beer while I get entertained by some of the patrons here that keep me laughing.
Thank you,
So
John.
John, you take care. All right. Thank you for your public service
And
announcement.
I did read, I read all the ordinances. I just try to keep low and I try not to, squawk if I don't have to. But I did happen to read the ordinances and it looked like perhaps the perception is the writing on the walls, we may get a chief of police. So I would be all thumbs up for that.
Thank you.
That's the case. Because I do highly respect, the police. My nephew, who is 28 years old, recently joined the South Plainfield
That's great.
Police Department. And within his first 3 months, he got an accommodation by the chief there. Like I went to his swearing in. There were 25 policemen supporting his swearing in. It was just unbelievable at the town meeting. 3 months later, at Centennial Lake, some I guess parent was overdosed and he wanted to commit suicide, drove into the lake. My nephew was on call, first to the scene, dragged the guy out, dragged the daughter out, saved her with CPR, and then narked the guy and saved his life.
That's great. Tell him,
So,
well done.
Right. I honestly wish he would have come to Long Hill, but they snapped him up right out of academy. It's people like that make a difference in our country, in our towns, in our community.
Our police are wonderful and throughout the state.
Agreed. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right, thanks, John.
Anybody
Thank
else
you.
online?
All right, thank you guys for
Thank
what you
you.
do.
Thank you, John.
Anybody else online? Seeing none, I'll entertain any and all motions.
So move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, wait, do you have to return? Is there anything else to discuss in the back?
No, we're good.
Okay, there's nothing else to discuss. Have a great July,
I
everybody.
gotta take up the speed.